Hello everybody, What up? What up? What's up? Hey, we got John Sanders in the house. Coming at you with Limitless Hoops. One day, yet again, as always, forever and ever. Amen. All right. If you are the type to want to make your MBA or the MBA or D1 college or any level, actually, you know what? Even like your varsity team, and you want to work your hardest to get there, this is the place for you. We just have to convince people to want to go there with you because that does help. But you should be able to do it even without the masses following you along, even without all the hype. But I'm going to try to get you guys the hype and the people too. It's a very, very tricky thing that I do believe that I have solved, but it's just going to take some time. Anyways, we have Kieran and Declan Louth in the audience. We got Taz, what's poppin'? We got Teo Trujillo, woot woot, what's up? All right, let's begin with the thing that I had up before, and now I'll have it up again. Jam basketball. We have games this Thursday. A game this Thursday, and that's for the varsity team. So, not varsity. I mean, you guys play in the varsity league, but you guys are definitely younger than varsity. We have a couple of sophomores on our team, but mostly, I mean, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grades. That's how we roll. All right. So if you got playing that game, and it's crazy that I even have to ask. We had 2 people signed up, so I went ahead and just texted everyone, and everyone was like, "I want to play." Well, dude, we have other games too. We have a game on Saturday and a game on Sunday for the high school as well. So sign up for those. I think we have 0 people sign up for those. All right, so go ahead and sign up for all the games, you guys. You only get to play so long in your lifetime. So play in these games. And again, I realized maybe we had more people back when we were in the freshman division, and we had people arguing. I do remember that. They said, "Oh, can't we just play in the varsity?" Well, now you guys are in varsity, and we have people struggling to come up. So get excited for these games, whether we win or lose, and try to win these games. We are going over some team stuff during practices or workouts. So I mean, that helps too. What's up, Caleb? All right. So when we go over our team stuff during the actual workouts, that's a good thing for you guys for this weekend, and that's why I'm doing it. So let's win these games since we're spending time during actual workouts doing this stuff, although I don't believe that many high school guys have done it, which kind of does put a damper in everything. But for the younger kids and for everyone else, we also have games for the 1st through 4th graders at 11 a.m. on Saturday, 4th through 6th graders at 3 o'clock p.m., and then the high school, which only one person signed up, 3 o'clock on Saturday as well. Then we have Sunday games at 4 o'clock for the high school, 5 o'clock for 6th through 8th, and 7 o'clock for 6th through 8th. So they just put you guys out there just to hang out for an hour at nighttime on Sunday. It's cold-blooded, man. All right. Anyway, those are the times that the games are. Make sure you guys sign up for all the games as early as possible so we don't have to cancel any games, please. All right. Next thing is, the Joker, and Embiid. All right, the MVP. I don't know how they're saying it. All right, but it's the 2 top MVP candidates. They're looking like they're going to meet up in a clash come the finals because they're both leading their series and against teams that are formidable. All right, the Suns are no slouches, and the Nuggets look like they're going to be handling them pretty well. And then the Boston Celtics were fan favorites to win the entire thing, and Philadelphia looks like they're ahead of them. And the only people standing in their way are the Lakers and the Heat, who do not look like champions. I mean, so this might be the matchup, and we should have seen it all along because these two have been the top 2 players. My question to you is, would Nuggets victory over the Philadelphia 76ers to win the entire championship be enough to put Joker over Embiid for the true MVP conversation? Will it redeem him? That's my question to you. And then the other question is, if Philadelphia beats the Nuggets, would you finally believe that Joel Embiid deserves the MVP? All right, so those are my 2 questions to you, because in the end, I mean, all things considered equal, isn't it just who beats the other person, especially when you have a 7-game series? I mean, that kind of just puts it out there as like who's better. And I mean, by this point in time, now it's like the LeBron Michael Jordan thing where people are like saying, okay, well, who's the greatest team in the history of basketball? And they're like, the 1996 Chicago Bulls, baby. And you're like, wait, well, why were they the greatest team? They were a one-man team. They're like, no, they weren't. No, they weren't. They had Scottie Pippen, who was a Hall of Famer. They had Tony Kukoc, best player in the whole world outside the NBA. They had blah, 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 Dennis Rodman, best rebounder of all time. So they had a great team? Yeah, they had a great team. Oh, okay, fantastic. Well, who's the greatest player of all time? Then they're like, Michael Jordan. And they're like, well, who had the best team? I mean, shouldn't LeBron be considered better than him since he had less teams? Then they're like, what are you talking about? Michael Jordan had nobody on his team. It's like, wait, I thought you just said they were the best. So with that said, are the Nuggets a good team or do they suck? Is Jamal Murray good? Is he a superstar? If he is a superstar, okay, then maybe Joker's not that good. Is James Harden washed? Or is he still a legit Hall of Famer? Because if he's not, okay, then maybe Embiid isn't that good because he's being carried. Can they win one without him? They definitely won without Embiid. I don't know if the Knights could ever win without him. So Aaron Gordon has proven that he's not that good while he's had his own team. So there are arguments to be made. However, I think with these two individuals, they're actually very, very similar teams. All right, so that's the cool part. I think that their teams are very like the same, like where they have a few slashes, a few scores, a point guard who can randomly go off or do nothing at all, and then it's just them. So I believe this 7-game series is everything. If they go to the championship, whoever wins, I'm willing to call the MVP straight up. All right. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. I know you guys are Colorado people, but try to be unbiased about this, all right? That's all that we have on that. Sounds like we have, yes it is, the quote of the day. Oh, man. Okay, we really don't have a soundtrack for it. I accidentally hit that button. Anyways, the quote of the day is follow your own star. All right? Could you imagine living back in the day where they had no street lights? And heck, light wasn't even invented yet. The light bulb, at least. I know light was invented. And you could see every single star in the sky. And people used the stars in the sky for directions. They're like, well, go over to that star, then turn left, and then go to that star, and follow the north star to the east star. And you're like, what? Oh my God. And then make a U-turn at Orion's belt. You're like, oh my Lord. All right. But yes, no. This is not that. Follow your own star in terms of what you want to be in life. You don't have to be what your dad was, Zach. You don't have to do what your parents, in this regard, tell you to do in terms of your life's passions. All right. Follow your own star means you aren't just doing what society tells you that you should do. You're not just going to be like, well, I want to be a rapper because that's the cool thing to do and all my friends like it. No, you have to rap because it's what's in your heart, 8 Mile. All right? Embiid won't come to Denver. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be crazy if Embiid's streak of not showing up to Denver went through the NBA Finals as well and only played in Philadelphia because he was truly afraid of Denver? That would be interesting. But yes, follow your own star. Jimmy Buckets and the Heat dominated the Bucks. They did. They have a chance. Oh, that's a good question too. I think, who has more of a chance to make it to the finals? The Miami Heat beating the Philadelphia 76ers or the Lakers beating the Nuggets? I'm a Lakers fan, but I gotta say the Heat beating the Sixers wouldn't shock me. Outside of the fact that the Miami Heat might be tired. But the Lakers, they have Anthony Davis and LeBron. If they step it up and beat the Nuggets, I wouldn't be like, what? Although I think both teams will lose. I think Denver's too good. I could see the Heat beating the 76ers. All right, Nuggets Heat finals. Oh, he called it. Caleb called it. All right, doesn't that make them championship material? No. Just because, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Giannis was hurt for a second. You got to count everything, dude. Lakers aren't beating the Nuggets. I heavily doubt the Lakers will beat the Nuggets. It would take a lot for the Lakers to beat the Nuggets. Like maybe Rui Archimado, whatever his name is, would have to go off. D'Angelo Russell have to score like 30 a game. It would be a lot. It would be a lot. All right. Anyways, follow your own star. That is the quote of the day. Make sure that you guys have a star out there. You go for it and you believe in yourself and you follow it to your heart's extent. The itinerary for this week and last week and whatever kind of weeks, we got the stuff that we're doing in the future. We got 101 hurdles for losers, King's Drill, Chair Duo, extended Lamont and Ginobili layups, athletic finish, ladder to side step series, and then the stuff that we're doing that we have done in the past. 101 no steals, no blocks, make 15 threes in 3 minutes. Line jumps to shots, tap series, 21 by 3 jumps, which is the homework for the month. Hopefully you guys have been doing it. We'll check in a second. And then quick ball touches. All right. To talk about those, we got for the elementary school stuff. One that I like to talk about is the extended Ginobili layups. Just because, I need you guys to have the ball up. I need you guys to not have the ball down. Whenever you guys miss those layups, it's really short. All right. And I'm talking about Noah's huge air ball miss layup, dude. Like, keep it in the ballpark. It always goes too long. Raise the ball up. Know that you're running fast and run fast during your workouts. I've seen you online doing homework. You're still a lot too slow, actually. Speed it up. All right. And then for the high school stuff, 101 no steals, no blocks. Instead of just shooting jumpers, shoot it over somebody. All right, don't let them block or steal it from you. But just to shoot over someone, it's a lot better because it gets in your head. Just shooting over people. I know I hate it, man. It's hard because you don't know what's going to happen, so that factors into the shot, and it just gets tougher, right? You don't need to practice shooting over someone's hand so that you can shoot over someone's hand during the games, because maybe you shouldn't shoot those shots, but it does add to the pressure. So shooting over someone's hand during practice where they're not allowed to steal or block it, it's actually pressure filled, so I like it. And also that drill helps out on defense too. As for the stuff that we're doing tonight, I will be in Aurora tonight at Montview, so anyone showing up to that workout, I think I have about 4 kids signed up, 3 kids signed up. How many people are signed up for that workout? I got 4 signed up. Who's coming to that one? A new person, and then Bilal, and then Darian. All right, so we got 3 people signed up. Maybe one's bringing 2. Oh, that person's bringing 2. All right, so yes, I will be there. We have Zach and Derek. All right, 2 great coaches over in Broomfield, and nothing going on in Denver. So you guys are doing the alley-oop stuff tonight, which is just throwing the ball off the backboard, or to yourselves, or to your partner, or bouncing off the ground. Many different alley-oop options. That is a fun drill. Then we got wall passes, so we can get stronger, faster, going alternating hands, same hand, behind the back, the opposite way, getting better at wall passes. Then deflect to layup. It's just knowing how far away you are so you don't go for steals like Noah Taz be going for steals and missing the steals. You should know how fast you are. You should know if the ball's going to get there. You shouldn't stop chancing that stuff. Know how fast you are. Know how good you are. Also steal the ball with the correct hand, oriented in the correct direction as well. And then go for the layup. All right, then we have zigzag sprint D. Again, the only person to be able to do it perfectly is Kieran. I would say perfectly, so he can work on it too. All right, but he's the only person, one of the only 3 people in the history of our program to be able to do it. In the history of our program, 10 years, I've had 3 people do it. Kieran's one of them, so you guys have to do it. I do know that he's in shape, but I'm talking about like the first time. Can you just do it like the first time? Someone dribbling the ball should not be faster than you running. That is the premise. So that's what we have to figure out when we do this particular drill. All right. Then we have anchor layups. That's getting the ball, getting it up high fast, and then making a 180 turn and then scoring. And then we have point blank layups, which is just straightforward, just making as many shots as you can right away. I might mix the zigzag D with the point blank layups, just so we can have the entire gym going at the same time. Anyways, that's what we're doing, and make sure that you are doing it. All right, let's check out the homework. Who's posting? Who's been posting? Who will post? We got Kieran and Declan Louth with the extended Ginobili layups. That's what I was talking about, the athletic finish. And then the push-ups. Declan, with the triple cross repeat. I love that one for him. I love that for him. Derek dribbling right there. Guys drill with Taz. Even had Rohit posting. All right, Rohit's back in the posting game. He promised me. He's like, dude, just don't do the team stuff. I promise you, I'll come, man. And then he missed on Monday, but he has been posting the homework. So I don't know if he'll be our guy. It would be amazing. It would be really amazing. Out of the 4 initial high schoolers that we got, we had Blaze, Andrew, Connor, and Rohit. Rohit, but was by far the worst of them. What if Rohit was the only one out of those 4 to play college basketball? Would the other 3 remember? I know Connor would, but would the other 2 guys remember where Rohit came from? I think it would be a cool story, and I would love to make that story happen, or help it make the story happen. Only he can make it happen. Anyway, let's check the story of the day. Again, turn the volume up, listen carefully. I have not figured out this volume thing yet for the story of the day, but, whatever, I'll repeat it. Just watch it.
When all we do is focus on the greatest talents and the loudest victories, we miss those that have taken enormous baby steps, like overcoming shyness, working on a weakness, or requesting to be held accountable. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow.
Alright, if you couldn't hear that story, oh man, I think it's a great one. It's one of my favorite, one of our stories. When all we do is focus on the greatest talents and the loudest victories, we miss those that have taken enormous baby steps, like overcoming shyness, working on a weakness, or requesting to be held accountable. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. This, I believe, is the impetus to everything that we are about, and everything that the greats have been about. Even this, it sounds like it's talking about the bad players, but no, it's talking about the greats as well. It's talking about when Kobe Bryant airballed 4 3-pointers against the Utah Jazz in the playoffs. And he still had the perseverance to go back out there and practice again, and had that make him stronger. There's some people that when they get confronted with hard things, they will fold, and some people will rise like an eagle. So when you face those kind of people, or you're helping those kind of people, either way, and you have a person who, if they get pushed too much, they will fold. You have to be really careful with those people, right? So you shouldn't push them too hard. But when you get the other kind of people who they love to be pushed. When they get pushed, they just get better and better and better. Well, what should you do with those people? You should push them if you're supporting them, and if you're against them, well then don't poke the bear, right? All right. So that's what this is about. All right. When all we do is focus on the greatest talents, and we're just who's the greatest, who's the GOAT, and all that stuff, we miss some stuff. And the loudest victories. So we look and we say, oh yeah, here's the champion, here's the champion. We miss stuff when all we do is focus on that stuff. All right. We miss people taking enormous baby steps. I call it baby steps because it seems like the easiest thing in the world, right? For you guys, maybe to get out there and shoot 100 shots a day is hard. It's just a baby step to Steph Curry. But if you did that, if Declan did that, that would be monstrously more than anything that Steph Curry's done all day long. All right? So it might just be a baby step to someone else, but for you guys, it could be enormous. All right? Like overcoming shyness. All right? Like for me, to even speak on this show is just insane. It blows my freaking mind that I'm doing it. All right, because I am deathly afraid of like public speaking. All right, overcoming that would be I don't know. It's just the coolest thing in the world to overcome something like shyness. All right, and or working on a weakness. And this is where someone like Kobe Bryant or Steph Curry come into play. Whenever they have a weakness, they were oh, I can't shoot with my left hand. Okay, I'll do that all day long. Oh, I keep getting injured like Steph Curry did at the beginning of his career. And he's let me work on my hips and my ankles. And he's never been injured since. It's crazy, right? So working on weaknesses seems like you're just wasting your time, but you're actually getting stronger. And then requesting to be held accountable, asking your parents, yo, hey, can you make sure I work out? And if I don't, this is the consequence. I know I talk about her a lot, but I'll mention her again. For Finley Chastain, she would she had a list of John homework, it was called. All right, and it was all the homework for the month plus the Chastain challenge. I believe that was her homework, and she got it. She somehow got it added to her chores list. So her sister had to do the dishes and the laundry and like clean her room, right? She had to do like the dishes and clean her room, but then got the laundry one taken off and had to do basketball. All right, and if she didn't, she said if I don't do the basketball, it counts as not doing one of my chores. It's the same as a chore, and that's a crazy deal, especially if they got paid for their chores. That'd be nice. All right, but maybe you could do something like that, right? So asking to be held accountable. Like if I don't do this, like yo, hit me up. Like make sure I do this. All right, courage doesn't always roar. Well, we tend to think of courage like Jimmy Butler, where it's like loud in your face, where it's like, "Whoa, my God, Superman's amazing." But no, courage could just be that quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." All right, where you just put your head down and you just pick it back up and you keep going. That's as courageous as anyone could ever be. It's even more courageous than that person who's super loud all the time. All right, the person who's like, I'm going to keep going and I'm unstoppable. And if you're just unstoppable, nothing can stop you. Even like your worst failure in the world can stop you. You're as courageous as anyone can be, because Superman, he can't be shot. He's invincible, right? That's not courage. Courage is people who can easily be destroyed and go out there anyways. So yes, once the in-game development is better, he will be the best. Maybe, Roy, he could be the best. Maybe. All right, let's check the movie of the day. What are we talking about for the movie of the day? It's the 5th grade movie of the day. This is Eddie the Eagle. Oh my God, this really matches up with the story of the day. Because Eddie the Eagle, okay, this seems like a fake story. This is not a fake story. The movie did not depict it well enough, I don't think. Because this guy was a dork. All right, they have the guy who played Elton John and the guy who played the Kingsman being him. He did a good job in the movie, but this guy was a bigger dork than even the movie suggested, okay? This is really happened in the same year as the Cool Runnings, 1988, I believe. This guy decides he wants to go to the Olympics. And there's no way to go to the Olympics because he sucks at sports. It turns out that there's this one sport, though, called ski jumping, where you go downhill and you basically try to kill yourself. You just jump off a ramp and see how far you can go. Like, there's people that have done it for 20 years of their lives. They have all these records, but you are just going in a straight line and just jumping, and it takes just a lot of balls, I guess. And this guy could not figure out a way to make it in besides doing this sport because his country, the United Kingdom, had no one representing them. So all he had to do was just land it to make the Olympics. So he goes on this quest to try to be in there. And I don't know, man. There's many cool moments in this movie. This is the ultimate underdog story that has ever been underdogged, because this guy went from nobody to being in the actual Olympics. People looking at this guy in the Olympics. That's crazy. And it's funny. It's a neat movie. It's interesting. Wolverine's in it. Not as Wolverine. He doesn't come out with the no. It's Hugh Jackman. But no, it's a cool movie. And one of my favorite scenes in it is when the guy's going up in the elevator. This is on our clips page under our challenge section. But the guy's going up in the elevator, and he's going to go attempt. He finally landed something, but he's going to go attempt the longest jump in the history. And he's just right into the elevator with the guy who's the greatest in the world. He's the worst in the world, and this guy's the greatest in the world. And he's riding up in the elevator, about to go do this thing, because he just says, "I got to." And the guy looks at him and he goes, "Hey, you're Eddie, huh?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you're the guy. Hey, you're great, man. I love you. You're awesome." And he goes, "You're awesome." And he goes, okay, yeah, whatever. And he goes, you don't believe me? He's like, dude, what you're doing is amazing. He goes, okay, thank you. He goes, no, I'm not joking. He goes, you and me are like 1 o'clock and like 11 o'clock. He goes, we're on opposite ends. He's saying I'm the best and you're the worst. But he goes, but everyone else is down here. You and I are 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock. We are closer to each other than we are to anyone else. Only you and I can do greatness today. And when you put yourself out there, you put yourself in a position to be great, to be amazing. And that's what this guy did. All right, watch this movie, especially if you're a 5th grader out there. All right, Eddie the Eagle. I promise you, you will not believe it. Then you can look up real clips of the guy on YouTube. It's interesting. I still can't believe you did this. How many stars will I give this movie? I'm giving him 44 stars. That's a lot of stars. That's a lot of stars. 44 out of 50 stars for Eddie the Eagle. All right, let's check the trivia question of the day. See who's popping with the trivia. Batman. Is Batman the ultimate underdog story? Batman was rich. I don't know why you mentioned Batman. He's not an Eddie the Eagle at all. Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Maybe that was the connection. No. All right. Anyways, Kieran's winning 2-1. All right. Let's see if you guys can get on the board for this month's trivia. Whoever wins gets a coin at the end of the month. Today's trivia is a hard one. It is a hard one. Oh man, I had 2 different ways to ask this question, but I'm going to say it this way, okay? There used to be something called the territorial pick in the NBA. All right? And I was going to ask who the last 3 territorial picks were, but that's kind of like weird, all right? But, for courage. Yeah, he's pretty courageous. All right? But because he doesn't have any powers, I get that. But yes, for territorial picks, it's in the NBA. Like if the Nuggets were picking and like Kieran made the NBA, they would have the rights to Kieran if they wanted him. No matter who else wanted Kieran, they would have the rights because they wanted local stars growing up in a place to like attract more people. But it was based off of which college that you went to. With that said, there was one player that went to a college that had no NBA team. This player went to a college that had no NBA team. All right, that's the first hint. And for the territorial pick, he was the first and only territorial pick based solely on his pre-college roots. Some teams said, we need him because he grew up here. He didn't go to college here, but he grew up here. Who was that player? Who was the only player that was picked with a territorial pick? You have 2 minutes. All right, the only player in NBA history picked with a territorial pick that did not go to college in that territory. All right, because his college was outside the territory. Oh, that's a hard question. This question is so hard. You guys have 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna look at the last things. I know this one's gonna take a while. It's not Jerry Lucas. Not Jerry Lucas. All right, this one was about to be Superman right here. Is Jimmy Butler Superman? That's the question. Oh man, Caleb got it right. Oh wait! Stop the music! Caleb out of nowhere, dude. I don't have your name in my system for this. I gotta add your name to it right now. Caleb. Is it Kuglin? How do I spell your last name, man? Kuglin, I think. Caleb with the point. That's a clutch one. It was Wilt Chamberlain is the answer. Although Wilt Chamberlain was playing at the University of Kansas, outside the territory of any NBA team, he was selected as the Philadelphia Warriors territorial pick. The Warriors argued that because Chamberlain had grown up in Philadelphia and played high school basketball at Overbrook High School in Philadelphia, they held his territorial rights. The NBA agreed with that argument, hence making him the first and only territorial pick based solely on his pre-college roots. Kuglen, got it. No, not love. That would be silly. All right. Anyways, though, yes, Jimmy Superman Butler. Great job with the question, Caleb. You got a point. You were on the board, baby. All right. Anyways, Jimmy Butler, Superman. Let's see if he can bring the Heat to the championship. It would be exciting. I must admit, it would be super exciting, but I don't think it could happen. But you can't ever bet against Jimmy. Don't ever bet against Jimmy. And don't forget that the quote of the day is follow your own star. I will talk to you guys soon. If you're going to the Bloomfield workout, make sure you guys work hard. If you're going to the Aurora workout, I will see you then. Cue my music so I can get out of here. Peace, y'all.